Family. This is Marlene Motivates, and I am your life coach. I'm here to talk about purposed plans. Now, every plan can have some thought into it, but the reason why we need to have purpose plans is because we need to know what direction we're going into. Is something good for us? What is the energy that we're showing up with? We really need to be doing a lot of thinking before we act. Thinking, is this a good decision for me? And having a purpose plan, it really does matter. We need to think about the direction of our life. It's like knowing which way am I going to go? And it means that we're not wasting our time on things that is not good for us in many aspects that we're going to talk about today. So I wanted to start off by saying that. What is the reason behind a purpose plan? A purpose plan is guided by a direction. You know exactly the reason for the plan, okay? That plan has a purpose. The plan is important, and you're going to do exactly what you need to within that. See, many people talk about wanting to have things, but they don't have any organization. They have no direction towards their plans. And it's very important to have a direction to your plans, have a direction to your goals, to be motivated and to be driven towards doing whatever it is that you're supposed to do. So first, we're starting off by saying that every plan that I have, it has a purpose. It has a reason. It has a direction, okay? Then you need to be thinking, is this really for me? Is the plan for me? Or are these plans made by other people to benefit them? See, and that is a big difference. See, I was always the person that I never did things for me. You know, you kind of are doing things to help support what your family, your friends, other people, social media. You really have to think about, is my plans with a purpose? Is this even meant to be for me, or is this something that I'm doing for other people? See, it takes a lot of strength and courage to realize what is good for us, what will help us, and the things that will hurt us and distract us. Because there's a lot of things in this life that can get us distracted. A lot. A lot of things can get us distracted. Don't take your eyes off of the goals. Don't get distracted by other people. Don't let other people tell you what you're supposed to do. Every time before you make plans with your life, you need to think, is this plan good for me? How does these plans benefit me? Hi, Keisha. How are you doing? So good to see you. Happy Wednesday. How do these plans benefit me? How is this going to make me grow as a person? Will I be using my talents and my gifts? What am I going to learn? What am I going to grow into? See, good plans are going to be those that will cause you to make changes. And I will tell you that change is one of the most uncomfortable things. Most people are not naturally inclined to want to be around or do things that is outside of their comfort zone. But that is exactly the plans that we need to be making. See, The purpose plans are the plans that we make because it's going to help us to, number one, heal. Number two, learn. Number three, take action. And number four, be empowered. Now, those are the most important things in this life. And this is when we talk about the purpose, healthy, happy, personal growth, and development plans. I don't mean the plans that your sister, auntie, mama, cousin, friend, somebody on social media wants you to do, but it's not really within what you actually grow into, what actually benefits you, helps you, heals you, and empowers you to be a better woman or be a better man. Now, I had to learn those things, and it took me a really long time to learn that I deserve to be outside of my comfort zone. You know, nothing good happens in the comfort zone. The comfort zone is that way for a reason. The comfort zone keeps us stuck, keeps us unhappy, makes us unstable, makes us question ourselves. But when we go outside of the comfort zone, momentarily, you may be uncomfortable, but you have to think ahead. Because of my plans, because of me using my gifts, because of me not listening to anyone outside of society, the societal norms, we're going to stay focused. We're going to do what we need to do for us. Hey, Nate, how are you doing? Welcome. We're going to do what is outside of the box. See, in that gray area, there's not a lot of people who are going to be motivated and inspired and encouraged enough to say, I'm going to step outside of the box. I'm going to try something new. I'm going to go out of my comfort zone, and I'm going to do what is good for me. See, it's only a very small percentage of people who will allow themselves to get outside of the comfort zone and have a purposeful plan. A purposeful plan. I'm doing great, Nate. Thank you so much. There's not a lot of people who are going to go outside that comfort zone and have a purposeful plan. See, most people, they will talk about goals. They will talk about things that they want and things that they desire, but they really have not defined their purpose. What is the purpose? What is the reason behind why you want this plan? It has to be, you have to peel back some things like an onion, right? You got to go below the surface and really go in deep, because if you're only doing things to make other people happy, it won't be sustainable. Your mental health is going to suffer. And I say this from a coaching perspective, but also from a person who has lived that life, doing things to make other people happy. It was the most miserable I have ever been in my life, making plans to do things that made other people happy. And I did that for many years, doing things to make my parents happy, doing things to make siblings happy, doing things to make someone you're in a romantic relationship happy. But it's not a plan that you want, and you can't sustain that. It's a nice thing to want to make our family members happy, but it's another thing to have enough courage to say, I understand, but this is what I'm going to do. These are my plans. And one thing that I had to learn is I had to learn to not tell everybody my purposeful plans. Purposeful plans are the plans that you have to keep some things to yourself. It's those plans where you're walking in silence. You have something that you know that you're good at, something that you've been wanting to do, but nobody knows about it. And that is the best way to keep your purposeful plans, because there's always going to be people in the bushes, or there are people who will smile in your face and talk about you behind your back. It's the haters, the naysayers, the drama people, the negative ones, the jealous people who always have something, some sort of ulterior motive against you. And you have to be very careful because, motivators family, I want you all to strive. I want you to achieve, to excel, to be happy. And that is the reason why you gotta keep those things to yourself, or keep those things to people that you know, because of their actions, because of their energy, that they're really there for you, for your benefit. Okay. And I wanted to say that to everybody because, hi, Lara. How are you doing? Hi, Colton. I wanted to talk about this, about purposeful plans, because there's a lot of times we will make plans or we'll have goals and we never achieve our goals and our plans because it's not ours. When you really have something, a reason, a why underneath why you're doing the plan, that is when your plan is going to be successful. You have to know your why. It has to be something real for you. You have to have, what are you going to achieve at the end of this goal? What are you going to learn? How are you going to grow? What are you going to achieve? Who are you going to impact? We have to think about all of those things, everybody. So I wanted to come in and to say this to all of the motivators family, to have a reason, to know your why. And I want you to take some notes, to write some things down. Why do I have plans? You know, you have to have a strategy of being able to get from a thought, a plan in your head, to actually achieving it in real time, right? So to go from what's in your head to bringing something to fruition, to manifesting something that you want, you have to know what you want. You have to be sure that it's what you want and not what other people want for you. Then you have to know, okay, what's the next step? You know, you have to be focused. And that's where so many people fall off from a purposeful plan. They know they want something, but they really don't know how to get from A to Z in their plans. And this is where making sure that you have a mentor, a coach, somebody who is going to guide you along the right path, that's going to keep you focused, keep you excited about your plans, remind you of why you have your plans. Now, I want to tell you guys that having a purposeful plan is something that is so important. And so many individuals, so many women and men have goals and they keep that in their heart. Or they always talk about it, the shoulda, woulda, couldas. I wish I would have done this plan. I wish I would have achieved this goal. I wish I would have done, but you never did it because it was not something that you believed in inside yourself. So I just want you guys to think, to meditate, to pray about the decision that you're going to make, the plan, because any plan that does not have an outline, a foundation, this is what I'm going to do, this is why I'm going to do it, this is how long it's going to take me, why that is important. If you don't know all of the things, what's next and after this and after this and after this, that's where the chips fall. That's where people give up and get discouraged because they didn't go in knowing what to do next. And if this happens, this is what I'm going to do. And I want to tell you guys that it's nothing wrong with starting something and not really knowing what to do. I want to encourage everybody to please be humble enough, if you don't know what to do next, to get good advice. And I'm not talking about getting advice from a cousin or somebody who is not focused and does not know anything about the business or whatever it is that you're doing, while we care for people and we love them, not everybody wants you to win and to succeed. There's a lot of people who want to sabotage your plans. They want you to fail. And I know that that sounds horrible, but it's the reality that not everybody wants to see you elevate and grow, because that means that they're probably going to be left behind. Now, I wanted to encourage you all that just because you have people who are the drama people, the hater people, the jealous people, don't let that stop you. Don't let that stop you from having goals. Don't let that stop you from developing your plan. Go out there and get yourself a mentor, a coach that's going to keep you on the path and direction, but you have to want it. See, having a purposeful plan is you have to want it. You have to be hungry for it, like Les Brown always talks about. You have to be hungry. You can't achieve your plans, your goals in life if you don't desire it. You have to be hungry for it. You have to have your why, and you have to develop it. It has to be real to you. See, and that is the reason why people give up after somebody says something, or maybe it's your success is not coming as fast as you want it to come, because your why isn't strong enough. So go back and think about your why and develop it. Is it something that you can actually do? Because when I have done plans before, I've had goals, but it's not reasonable and attainable. That's very important when we talk about a purposeful plan. It has to be something realistic, something that you can actually grasp onto, and my favorite is to have those short-term goals that you can achieve in the next 30 days. And yes, you can do that. Maybe a purposeful goal for you is to maybe lower your blood pressure. Maybe it's to take off 5 pounds. It could be to drink more water. Maybe your plan is to spend some time for your self-care, to treat your mental health in a better way. See, those are purposeful goals, because you know that when I do this, this is going to be the benefit. When you lose that weight, you're going to probably feel better and more confident in your clothes. When you work on your mental health, you're going to have more peace. So you always have to think, when I do this, this is going to be the outcome. This will be the benefit at the end of the road. So all of those sacrifices that you are making to get to that, it will be well worth it. I can say, as a person who I'm actively trying to work on my weight and to lower my weight, that I have to think not about my stomach, which is the thing, like, your eyes are usually bigger than your stomach. You want things and you desire things, but then you really have to think, how much do I want it? So my thing is, I had to learn to think about down the road. And is wanting that cookies, that big bowl of ice cream, wanting certain things, is that what I really want? Or do I want to be able to have a flatter stomach and get rid of that kangaroo pouch? Or do I want to be able to zip up my dress, or certain outfits to not be so tight? I'm just giving an example of something. See, when I think about the goal, achieving my goal, it makes me feel better when I can visualize I'm going to achieve this, and when I achieve it, this is going to be the results. See, there's a purpose behind it, not just saying things, I want to lose weight. See, I can see myself that when I lose those 5 pounds, my clothes are going to feel better. I'm going to feel better when I look in the mirror. So I think about those things as an incentive, as a drive for the reason why I want to push back from eating less unhealthy foods and eat more healthy foods. See, you have to think about the reason, the purpose. And it's not only just feeling good in my clothes for me, but it's also when I eat healthier, I'm telling you, I don't have that brain fog. Like eating those foods, we all do it. We eat those foods and then you just want to pass out and take that nap because of carb overload. And it's not easy to change habits that you probably may have had your whole life. Maybe you grew up that way. And little by little, I'm working on me to be a better person, because I always said that I don't want to be the person to say to other people, be healthy or take care of yourself, and I'm not living my own personal truth. I'm not being the example of what I'm speaking. So like I say, when taking care of health, and I'm giving you all the encouragement, me too. And one thing that has really been helping me is keeping a food diary. That helps me to have purposeful plans and goals. I'm looking at it and I'm seeing it in real time. So it's not just me saying I'm going to be healthier, I'm going to lose weight. When I look at what I'm eating, when I'm looking at, okay, when I was eating bad, look, I gained 2 pounds. But when I started incorporating fruits and vegetables and also exercise, taking care of my mental health and all of those other things, I really noticed how much it started to help me. Hey Trish, how are you doing? Welcome. Appreciate you being here. Happy Wednesday. And that was one of the things that really started to benefit me when I started to think about the benefits. See, and this is what I want you guys to be in that space, to think of the benefits of having a purposeful plan. It's not just, I want this, and thinking you're going to immediately get it. But you got to think about along the way, what am I going to get? And for me, when I lost 5 pounds and I was able to zip up the back of my dress, or being able to button my jeans without laying on the bed, that struggle of trying to button my jeans, that was an immediate benefit. That gave me more drive, more excitement to be able to continue taking better care of myself. And for me, I feel like that's the most empowering drug, when you see the benefit of your plan. See, and until you start seeing results, you're not going to continue doing something. And so that was just an example of what I wanted to share with you all, that you really do have to see some benefit. So anything that you're doing, you need to be able to see some benefit. And I'll give you an example now for talking about purposeful plans. Mental health matters, everybody. Now, we all know that, we're human. We all have things that we have going on. We have things that stress us out. There's people that stress us out. There's situations. There's a trauma. There's so much weights that we have, that are heavy on our mind. And we have to be responsible for so many things. But we also have to take care of ourselves. This is what I wanted to encourage every single one of you with this. We got to take care of ourselves, and we have to have a purposeful plan to take care of our mental health. Your mental health matters, ladies. Your mental health matters, gentlemen. Okay? And we can't get to where we need to get if we're not taking care of our mental health. And some of the things that we can do to help us to actually want to do more for our mental health is giving ourselves the permission to take breaks, from work, from people, from phones, from social media, all of those things, it benefits us. I know it most definitely benefits me when I turn off my phone, because it's like it gives me anxiety, the ping, the pinging, the ringing, the always having to check. That gives you anxiety. It stresses you out. You have to take care of yourself, everybody. Unfortunately, the majority of people who are in our lives are not going to say, "Hey, how's your mental health? When's the last time you took a break?" But I am. I'm going to encourage you to take care of your mental health. I'm going to encourage you to take some time to go for a walk, always with the advisement of your doctor to check and make sure what is good for you. Always follow your doctor's advice. But when we take care of ourselves by taking breaks for ourselves, by taking breaks, by filling up our cup, it's going to help our mental health. And if our mental health, if there's something on our mind that's really stressing us out, giving ourselves the permission to say, "This is how I feel. I'm sad right now." And not hiding it, not covering it up, because that is the main thing that I found myself in that category of doing. We do things sometimes, of course, because we're adults and we have bills, we have responsibilities, but also we have to give ourselves a permission to say, "You know what? I'm human and I'm tired, or I'm struggling. I'm sad right now." That's making room in our purposeful plan for ourselves. See, a lot of times people think about plans being driven by getting success or money, but a purposeful plan is to maintain our mental health, taking care of ourselves. And sometimes that mental health is off because we're probably not getting enough sleep, or we're not releasing whatever it is that we're so worried about how we're going to pay this bill, how we're going to be able to provide for our families, how we're going to do this, how we're going to cope with, maybe if you have a health problem, coping daily with pain. It's very hard, and it does impact our mental health. But I say this. Hi, Wellness. How are you doing? Welcome. I say this because I want you guys to take care of yourself. I really do. And the majority of us who are the strong people, and I know that I have some strong people in my chat, and there's some strong people in my replay that are going to be listening to this. A lot of times we're the strong people. Maybe you're the one that's the glue that's holding things together. And people forget to support the strong people and to ask, "Are you doing okay?" But that is the reason why you got to have an upline. You got to have people who will pull you up, who will ask, "Are you okay? Did you eat? Did you have water? Can I do anything for you? Can I help you? Is there anything that you want to talk about?" Hey, Team Bill with Gio, how are you doing? Welcome. Oh, you're at the gym? Awesome. Wellness. We all need people in our life that are going to support our mental health. And however you find those people, it could be your mentor, it could be your support group, it can be accountability partners, it can be a trusted friend. Notice I didn't just say friend. I mean a trusted friend, a person that has shown by their actions that they really are your friend, by the way they treat you and check on you and support you so that you can maintain your mental health. So it's just a reminder to make sure when we talk about purposeful plans, that in those plans that you make room for people to encourage you, to support you, those people to say, "When's the last time you had a vacation? Or are you getting sleep? How much water did you drink? When's the last time you saw your doctor? That's very important to have people like that in our life, because we can't get to our plans. We can't get to achieve our goals if we're falling apart. If you're upset, if you're angry, or if you can't physically sustain getting to that space of empowerment and personal growth and achieving a plan, we can't get to do anything if our mind isn't right. Now, I know this is something that most of us don't want to hear, but we all have things going on in our mind, and we don't want to talk about certain things because it's painful or it's very stressful. But you have to have a safe place to fall, everybody. We all need a safe place to fall. The people who we can relax and we don't have to worry about walking on eggshells, that we can just say what it is. This, and this is going on. I'm very stressed out. I'm frustrated. I thought this was going to work and it doesn't seem to be working. And when you have your support group, your support people, the people who hold you up and help to empower your mind, it's important to have those people, because those people will keep us on track. Those people will remind us, you're human. Of course you're going to be sad. Of course you're going to be tired. Of course, we need people to remind us that it's okay to be human. It's okay to take that day off. It's okay to sleep. It's okay to get frustrated and want to throw in the towel. All of those things are okay. But what's not okay is just feeling like, oh, I'm just going to give up. I'm just going to throw in the towel. No. What is meant to be for you, motivators, family, is meant to be for you. I want to encourage somebody tonight that feels kind of stuck. Maybe you have those plans, but you haven't got into it because maybe you've allowed fear, doubt. Maybe you've allowed other people's projections. Maybe somebody said to you that won't work out. Maybe you've said to yourself it won't work out. And I want to tell you that whatever is meant to be for you is meant to be for you. Nobody can stop or block your plans but you. And that's why this point about your mental health is so important. Because if you're not in a strong mental state, if you don't know how to support yourself, if you don't know how to tell yourself, it's time for me to sit down, it's time for me to relax, to reset, to pour into myself, to put on my oxygen mask. Maybe you got something on your mind, but it is very important for you to feel like, I don't have to do this alone, because we don't. That mentors are there for a reason. Accountability partners are there for a reason, to support your mental health, to encourage you, to help you along the way so that you can move forward in your goalposts towards your plan. Do you see yourself moving forward? You should. And if you're not, it may be time to rework the plan. See, that's the next point in having that purposeful plan, is reworking the plan. See, initially when we start off with a plan, we start off excited. You're ready. You're like, yeah, come on, let's do this. But when life is lifing, when we're being an adult, things come along the way. Stress, somebody says or does something. Maybe your situation changes. Maybe a financial issue or comes up. Maybe you start having a health issue. There's a lot of things that can get us off track from our purpose. But don't let your purpose stop. Did you all hear me when I say this? Don't let your purpose stop because life happens. You got to remind yourself, you got to encourage yourself. It's time to get back on the horse. It's time to get excited about those plans again. Open up those binders, those planners, your phone, those apps, you know, those books, whatever you've written down, and get yourself excited again about what you want to do, because you can do it. You can do it, but it's all about you and giving yourself the permission to reset. Giving yourself the permission. Okay, it may not have happened how I wanted it to happen. Maybe there's a little, you had to go off on a side road. Maybe you had to pause for a little bit so that you can rework, rewire, reset the plan. But the plan is still there. Don't give up. Don't abandon your plans because of whatever the situation is. We all need to reset from time to time. Maybe your plan was unreasonable. Maybe that was not your purpose. And sometimes in talking to people, talking to your mentors, your friends, your coaches, accountability partners, trusted people in your life, it helps you to say, you know what? Maybe that's not what I was supposed to do. Because I know many times I've talked to friends, family, mentor, accountability partners, people that I love and love me back. I get better ideas. Maybe your idea was okay for a starter, but then when you talk to somebody, you say, you know what? That is a better idea. And then you go and do it. See, and that is the next and the last part of having a purposeful plan. It's action. Being active and being consistent in it, because no plans can be achieved. You will never be able to get into your purpose, your goals, living your life with joy if you do not stay consistent in it. You got to know your plan and stay consistent. Stay determined. And then go for it. Continue. Little by little, small steps. Even the smallest little thing, you're moving forward. You're doing it. And it will come. Whatever is supposed to be for you will be. Don't give up on your plans or your goals because of setbacks and struggles or because of what somebody else says. Don't let other people get you discouraged. Get up. Take out your notebook. Write that plan out. And take things one step at a time. This is a bonus tip, but don't overwhelm yourself. See, I used to be the person that I used to try to accomplish 20 things all at the same time. See, we can't achieve plans if we are overwhelmed. You got to think about one thing, focus on that one thing, achieve it, and then you move on to the next, and the next, and the next, and the next. And that's how you succeed. That's a recipe for success, is isolating what you want to do, knowing how you want to do it, and then the action. See, and that is where people can be doing all of the things leading up to it, but then the action part, that's when they fall apart. Oh yeah, I can get a plan together. Oh yeah, I can get a mentor. Oh yeah, I can get this. Oh yeah, I can stay away from negativity or toxicity. Yeah, I can. But then when it comes to the action, the actual doing, I know that it's hard. I know that it's hard to stay active. I know, but that is where you remember the people who are in your upline, the people who you can reach out to. And don't be afraid to say, hey, I need some help, because that was always my problem. Don't feel that you're the only one. You don't struggle alone. If you don't have a mentor, a coach, accountability partner, it's time to get one. See, there's strength in numbers. And you can do it. Go for it. Yes, amen. Team Build with Geo. Great topic. Thank you, Geo. Yes, you have to have a great support system. And I've said that all the time. Before, that used to always be my problem, because my issue when I first started off with, what I'm trying to do and motivation and things like that, I was an avid procrastinator. And I still got a little bit of a residual of procrastination, but I'm trying my best to stamp it out and to not let my thoughts, not let fears, not let what other people think to crowd out who I am. And that is definitely a dream killer. That will stamp out any steam, any fire out of your dreams if you don't believe that you can do it. You got to believe that you can do it. And who helps you to believe that you can do it? Your support system. See, and if you have people around you that are always like, oh, you can't do it, that won't work, of course you're going to give up on your plans or your goals. Of course you're going to start doubting yourself. If the people who are always around you are saying, you can't do it, that is the reason why you have to be very careful about who you choose as your upline, who you choose to tell your business to. This is not everybody deserves to know it. Not everybody who says that they're your friend or that they love you actually do. Some people are just around because, what does G always say? They're trying to ride on the coattails of your success. Some people just want to be there because they know that you're a bright light. They know that you're good at what you do, and they just want to be there to be able to get some of the residuals. They want to get a little bit of the afterglow, right? Don't let people use you and abuse you, everybody, okay? Make sure you have that support system and you go for it. Go for that purposeful plan. Know your worth, everybody. That is why I do these lives. That's why I continue to get on here and to motivate my motivators family and to encourage you and to inspire you. And I'm not just saying this to you all like trying to give advice. I'm taking my own advice. I have to check in with my mentors. I have to check in with my accountability partners. I have to encourage myself. I have to get out of my own head. I got to get out of my own way. And when I'm getting in my own way, this is the time where I have to say, you know what? What am I even doing? I need some help. Sometimes you just need some encouragement, and that's okay, everybody. Don't be afraid to ask for help. If there's something that you want to achieve and you don't know how, or you just feel like you hit a wall, a roadblock, or feeling discouraged, call on the people who are there for you. We're only as strong as the people who are there for us. So don't be afraid. Ask for help. That doesn't make you weak. It's the strongest people are the ones that are not afraid to say, I need help. Make those phone calls. Send those emails. Check in with, go in for your appointments, go to those workshops, go to your support groups, but get the help that you need, because remember, it's your life and you deserve to win. And I want every single one of you to win. So get that successful, purposeful plan. Do what you need to do. Put in the work. Get your coaches and accountability partners. Stay persistent and consistent. And never give up. Take care of your mental health and take care of yourself and be encouraged. See, it may not come overnight, but it's coming as long as you stay the course. You can do it. Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. I'm Marlene Motivates. I am your life coach. Thank you so much for supporting me, supporting this channel. I appreciate every single one of you. Shout out to my mods. Shout out to my channel members. I appreciate every single one of you. And those who are listening on the replay, please leave me a comment in the comment section below. I want you to win, everybody. I want you to succeed. I want you to go for all of your goals. If you have a plan, go for it. Follow the tips. Keep your head up and be careful who you tell your business. Thank you so much, everybody. I'm Marlene Motivates, your life coach for motivation, for mindset shifting, and positivity. Thank you so much for your support, everybody. You know what we say over here. Just know it. Just breathe it and be it and live your best life. Thank you, Team Bill with Chio. Yes, peace and blessings to everyone. Thank you, Nate. And thank you to Trish the Natural, Keisha, Wellness with Frugal Mama, Lara, and I think Colton. And everybody who was maybe in the background listening. I appreciate every single one of you. Everybody have a great rest of your evening. And on tomorrow, I'm going to tap in with the members only. I'll see you members then. Bye-bye, everybody.